Hello, it's Judith here, and today I'm going to talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness, which I may do with you in a session as just one of the tools in my toolbox, or as a program, either on a one-to-one basis or in a group. So today I'm going to talk about what mindfulness is, what it can do for us immediately, and what the long-term benefits are. So first of all, what is it? And I'm going to read this definition because it's important that we get it right. Mindfulness means intentionally paying attention to your present moment experience with mindful attitudes like compassion, acceptance, curiosity, openness. Now, there's a lot buried in that definition. The first half is all about choosing to come into the present moment and pay attention to what's going on, either in you or around you. And then the second part is what your approach should be when you're doing that. So it's not in order to criticize yourself or beat yourself up or get cross with other people. It's about being compassionate, being open to whatever is there and accepting whatever is there, because whether you like it or not, that's your present moment reality. That's what's there. And just be curious about it. This is interesting. Okay, let's focus on this for a bit. So why would you do this? Well, in the short term, it does two things. It gets us out of being on automatic pilot, which means we're not actually making the decisions. We're being run by the software that is all the habits we've created over the years since our earliest childhood. And those habits run us for at least 50% of our waking hours. And some of them are really useful, because it means doing skilled things like driving a car without having to think too much about it. Some of them are not so useful and some of them are really damaging. So it is good to come out of that being run by our habits into the present moment, just to see if what's going on is what we want to be going on. And the second thing is, which is related but slightly differently, worth talking about separately, and that is we don't spend much time in the present moment. We spend an awful lot of time thinking about the past, might be the immediate past, might be the distant past, ruminating about what's happened and what we've done or said or other people have done or said, or thinking about the future. Generally not thinking about the future in terms of how wonderful it's going to be, but worrying about the future. So coming into the present moment takes us out of ruminating about the past. It takes us out of worrying about the future and says, just stop here for a minute. And the present moment is the only place we live. This is where we act. This is where we decide. This is where we speak. This is the only place we operate, is in the present moment. The past has gone. The future hasn't yet happened. This is our opportunity to be and do. And we want to be being and doing in an awareness of where we are, not where we have been or where we might be. So what are the longer term benefits? The longer term benefits are that if you practice mindfulness regularly, and that is important, it's no good doing it once or twice. You need to do something every day, even if it's a very, very short little meditation. But what that does is get us into a balanced state so that we're not in a situation where our fight-flight response is activated all the time, which we can be when we're stressed or worried. So it gets us out of that stressed, worried state with all sorts of hormones running through our system, getting us ready for action when there is no action to be taken. And that's important in the short term and also in the long term, because being fully activated over a period of years, which I see with some clients, is damaging to your cardiovascular system. So deactivating the fight-flight response, because most of the time we don't need it to be activated. There are no saber-toothed tigers around waiting to kill us. It's all going on up here, and we need to be able to deactivate it. So that's number one. Number two is our mind becomes clearer, calmer, our memories improved because we're focusing in, we're ignoring all the clutter, so we're able to operate more effectively. And lastly, in terms of our emotions are kinder. We are able to be more compassionate to other people and, very importantly, to ourselves. And thus able to make conscious choices about how we respond to what is going on in this moment, rather than just reacting in a habitual way. So that's the definition of mindfulness. That's the short and long-term benefits of mindfulness. And I think, just to reiterate, the one key proviso is that it does have to be a regular practice. But as I say, there's a whole range of mindful meditations, some of them very short. And there will be a link to one, a recording of one, an audio recording of one, that is one of the shorter ones that you can do. So have a go at it. See how it is for you. If you've got any questions or any comments, as always, you know where I am. And until the next video, take care of yourself, stay warm and dry at the moment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.